Hi students, this is me Sridhar sir, chemistry. So in this video, let us discuss which one Faraday's laws of electrolysis. In that, first one is Faraday's first law. So what is the need of Faraday's first law? So here, in any electrolysis process, some amount of electricity when passed through an electrolytic solution, some amount of that substance is deposited or liberated. So the Faraday first law will give the relation between quantity of electricity used and amount of the substance deposited. So the Faraday first law will give relation between these two factors. So what is that Faraday's first law? Listen here. Mass of the substance deposited or liberated or underwent electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolytic cell. That means here represented like this: M proportional to Q, where Q is electricity in coulombs. So mass of the substance deposited or dissolved or liberated or underwent electrolysis is directly proportional to the quantity of electricity passed through the electrolytic cell. Here M proportional to Q, Q represents electricity in coulombs, and we know that electricity in coulombs Q can be represented as C into T. By replacing Q with C and T, this equation becomes M proportional to C into T. What are C and T here? C is electricity in amperes. T is time in seconds. Time should be in seconds only, not hours or not minutes. In this equation, T represents time in seconds. Therefore, by removing this proportional, we can get a proportionality constant small e. This equation becomes M equals to ECT, where small e is known as electrochemical equivalent. What is electrochemical equivalent? Small e is known as electrochemical equivalent. How to define this small e? See here. If C value and T value, both values are 1 respectively, therefore M is directly equals to small e. So what is the definition? Mass of the substance deposited per 1 ampere electricity passed per 1 second is known as electrochemical equivalent. Or another definition, mass of the substance deposited per 1 coulomb electricity is also known as electrochemical equivalent. and its units are, small e units are gram per ampere per second. Gram per ampere per second. These are the units, or simply another units also there, gram per coulomb. Now this small e can be replaced with capital E, where small e equals to capital E by 96,500. By substituting small e value in this equation, m equals to capital ECT by 96,500. This is one equation we get by substituting small e with capital E. Then what is capital E? Capital E is known as equivalent weight. Capital E is known as equivalent weight. And we know that equivalent weight can be written as atomic weight divided by valency. Now by replacing this with that formula, small m equals to WCT by Z into 96,500, where W is atomic weight and Z is valency. So now here we can write those values. W equals to atomic weight and Z equals to valency. And we know that C is electricity in amperes and T is time in seconds, where small m is the mass of the substance deposited. So this is regarding which one here, Faraday's first law. And one more definition we should learn here, that is regarding capital E. So now here capital E can be written as small e into 96,500. We know that small e is the mass of the substance deposited per 1 coulomb electricity. Now it is multiplied with 96,500, we get capital E. So what is equivalent weight definition now? Mass of the substance deposited per 96,500 coulombs electricity is known as capital E. That means equivalent weight. And 96,500 coulombs is equals to 1 Faraday or 1 mole of electrons charge. So we can define capital E in more than one way. Those definitions are mass of the substance deposited per 1 Faraday electricity or 96,500 coulombs or 1 mole of electrons is equal to its equivalent weight. That means when 1 Faraday electricity is used in electrolysis process, the mass of the substance deposited should be equal to its equivalent weight. So, if 1 Faraday electricity passed through the NaCl solution, the mass of the sodium deposited is equal to its equivalent weight. That means 23 grams. So 1 Faraday electricity, when passed through NaCl solution, we get 23 gram of sodium. Okay, now what are the questions we have to solve regarding this Faraday's first law expression? let us see that problems here. So the first problem, let us see on the Faraday's first law. See here. What is the Faraday's first law problem? So, mass of the substance or mass of aluminum deposited, mass of aluminum deposited when 965 amperes electricity, 965 amperes electricity passed through AlCl3 per 10 seconds is dash. So, what is the mass of aluminum deposited when 965 amperes electricity passed through the AlCl3 per 10 seconds is? Whenever that electricity passed per 10 seconds, 965 amperes electricity, what is the mass of aluminum deposited? So our formula is mass deposited equals to WCT by Z into 96,500. Now W is atomic weight of aluminum is 27 and electricity in amperes 965. Time in seconds is 10 seconds and valency of aluminum 3. Why aluminum valency is 3? Because it belongs to third A group in periodic table. Its valency is equal to 3. By substituting these values in this equation, we get mass equals to atomic weight 27 into electricity 965 into time 10 seconds divided by valency 3 into 96,500. So upon calculation, what we can get here? Upon calculation, we get 0.9 grams. So this is the mass of aluminum deposited when 965 amperes electricity passed through the AlCl3 per 10 seconds. So now similarly we solve another problem. Then we can get clarity. So what is the second problem here? Now let us consider, instead of aluminum, I consider silver. Mass of silver deposited when same 965 amperes electricity passed through the silver nitrate solution per, I change the time here, per 1 minute 40 seconds is dash. So now we should calculate mass of silver deposited when 965 amperes electricity passed through the silver nitrate solution per 1 minute 40 seconds. So atomic weight of silver is 108. Electricity in amperes 965. Time should be taken in seconds. This is important fact to write the correct value. So see here, I have given the time 1 minute 40 seconds. We have to convert that totally into seconds. 1 minute means 60 seconds plus extra 40 seconds also there. So 60 plus 40. Now the time is 100 seconds. So whenever the time is given in another values instead of seconds, if they have given in minutes or hours, we should and must convert that time into seconds. I give some examples. If 2 minutes time they have given, to change into seconds, we need to multiply 2 with 60. So the time in seconds is 2 into 60. And similarly, if the time is given in 3 minutes, to convert into seconds, 3 into 60. That's it. Sometimes they may give the time in hours. For suppose, if 1 hour time they have given in the question, to convert into seconds, 1 into 60 into 60. If 2 hours time they have given, 2 into 60 into 60. In this way, we have to convert the time given in hours or minutes into seconds. Now here 1 minute 40 seconds. So the total time is 100 seconds. By substituting in this equation 108 into 965 into 100 divided by valency of silver. Valency of silver is how much means 1. So 1 into 96,500. So upon calculation, the value we get is 108 grams. So like that here, mass of the silver deposited is how much means we get 108 grams. So these are the different type of question. That means these are two different questions. How to get the mass of the substance deposited, we can calculate like this. So this is regarding which one, that mass of the substance deposited calculation. But in competitive exams, this much time spending to get the answer is not correct. So we have to go through the which one here, somewhat shortcut. How to calculate mass of the substance deposited in easy method. So let us see that. Now, before going to that topic, let us know about equivalent weight. What is equivalent weight? Already once we discussed that mass of the substance deposited per 1 Faraday or 96,500 coulombs or 1 mole of electrons. That means 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons. The mass deposited is nothing but its equivalent weight. Whatever the equivalent weight equal to that mass of the substance is deposited per 1 Faraday or 96,500 coulombs or 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons. When any one of these used for electrolysis, the mass of the substance deposited is none other than its equivalent weight. So let us see equivalent weights of some elements. Now, equivalent weight of sodium 23. How to get equivalent weight? Atomic weight by valency. Sodium atomic weight 23, its valency 1. So equivalent weight of sodium 23 grams. Next, equivalent weight of magnesium 12, because atomic weight 24, valency 2. 24 by 2 means we get to 12. Then equivalent weight of aluminium 9, equivalent weight of zinc, that is 31.75. Sorry, this is equivalent weight of copper. Then equivalent weight of zinc is 32.6 grams. Equivalent weight of silver 108 grams. Equivalent weight of hydrogen 1 gram. Equivalent weight of chlorine 35.5 grams. Equivalent weight of oxygen 8 grams. These we have to remember. Now, what is the use of these equivalent weights? That means the mass of the substance deposited per 1 Faraday electricity is equal to its equivalent weight. So, if we come to know the equivalent weight, then we can easily answer mass of the substance deposited per some quantity of electricity. So that means here 1 Faraday electricity, when passed through NaCl, 23 gram of sodium is deposited. Otherwise, 96,500 coulombs of electricity, when passed through magnesium chloride, we get 12 gram of magnesium. Next, 6.023 into 10 power 23 electrons, when passed through AlCl3, we get 9 gram of aluminium. So in that way, one can answer easily. So we should know that equivalent weight of these elements. Okay, this is regarding that mass of the substance deposited per some amount of or some quantity of electricity. Okay, then one more important formula we should learn regarding Faraday's first law. What is that important formula? See here. Number of moles deposited. Number of moles deposited is equals to number of Faraday electricity. Number of Faradays of electricity passed through the electrolytic cell divided by valency. So this is the formula used to calculate number of moles deposited. So one example, 1 Faraday passed through the NaCl. Therefore, number of moles of sodium deposited is, as 1 Faraday electricity passed, 1 divided by sodium valency is 1. So 1 by 1. That means 1 mole of sodium is deposited when 1 Faraday electricity passed through the NaCl solution. Similarly, when 1 Faraday electricity passed through MgCl2 solution, number of moles of magnesium formed is, as 1 Faraday electricity is passed here 1, in place of number of Faradays we should write 1, and valency of magnesium is 2. So we get 0.5 moles of magnesium. 0.5 moles of magnesium. So like this, we have to calculate number of moles of the substance deposited. And one more question, let us see here. Another type of question. So see the question. 1 mole of M is deposited 1 mole of M is deposited when 3 Faraday electricity passed through the electrolytic cell. What is its chloride formula? What is its chloride formula? So the element is M. Its chloride formula means either MCl or MCl2 or MCl3, so on. But how to determine its chloride formula? So first, to determine its chloride formula, we should know the valency of M. So by using this formula, one should calculate valency, because in this question we have the number of Faradays and also number of moles. So by using number of moles and number of Faraday, one can calculate its valency. So 1 mole deposited they have given in the question. So 1 equals to 3 Faradays used. So 3 by valency. Therefore valency equals to 3. If valency is 3, now its chloride formula should be MCl3, because M is plus 3, chloride is minus 1. In crisscross method, we get its formula as MCl3. So these are the different type of questions we come across from the topic Faraday's first law. Okay, in the next video we can see that Faraday's second law and remaining topics. Okay, bye.